let's begin the second session with a tribute to late C.K. Menon. A tribute to a great entrepreneur, visionary and philanthropist, Sri C.K. Menon, in the 12th mega event of the State Forum of Bankers Club's Banking Excellence and Businessmen of the Year 2020 Awards. The State Forum most respectfully remembers late C.K. Menon, who was conferred the Businessman of the Year 2015. Late Menon, a prominent businessman in the GCC region, was a chairman and MD of Bezad Group of Companies based in Doha with presence in various countries across the globe and provided employment to thousands. He was a well-known philanthropist who took numerous initiatives and contributed greatly to improve the living conditions of the needy and deserving sections of the Indian community. His charitable activities endeavored him to a large number of people from different walks of life. Recognizing this personality, he was awarded with the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman in 2006, and the Government of India honored him in 2009 with the fourth highest civilian award, Padma Shri. State Forum of Bankers Clubs Kerala bows his head in respect to the soul who left the world on 1st October 2019. With this, let's begin the second session of the award ceremony. May I now invite Sri Abraham Tarian, Chief Patron, State Forum of Bankers Clubs Kerala, for the welcome address.
President of the meeting, Sri Joseph, Sri Sham Srinivas, MD and CEO of Federal Bank, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Since the governor had to leave the function immediately after the award ceremony, I had to stop the welcome speech in the middle. I apologize for that inconveniences. We had a challenging period for all bankers on account of the pandemic. However, the banking sector has made a rebound and the COVID mode has changed to a growth mode. We are privileged to have with us Sri Sham Srinivasan, a technocrat from NIT Trichy and a management graduate from IIM Calcutta. He had his early innings in the multinational banks in India and abroad. In 2010, at the age of 49, he took the reins of the Federal Bank. And after 10 years, today, Federal Bank is an undisputed leader among all private sector banks in the country. Very often, senior executives joining from multinational banks and new generation banks becomes especially joining the traditional banks, they become a square peg in a round hole. Interestingly, Sri Sham Srinivas is also the first non-Malayali to take up this powerful position in Federal Bank. In spite of these factors, he has done extremely well during the last 10 years in making Federal Bank as one of the most prestigious institutions in the country. Sri Sham did his maths well in the bank in the first year itself and learned the chemistry of the bank in the hard way in the first 2 years, and he learned the language of the bank. Today, he and his 13,000 strong team speak the same language in unison. A 75-year-old bank has an average age of 31. He would steer forward the bank into a growth path founded on a very strong foundation of good corporate governance and goodwill from all in the team. He was handling this great organization for more than a decade, a record that was attained only by the founder chairman and great visionary Sri K.P. Hormuz. He has worked all these 10 years with absolute dedication, commitment, passion, and transparency upholding strong moral values. Today he has received the Best Banker of the Year 2020, and he is already a recipient of the Business Standard Banker of the Year 2020, and interestingly, the bank has also won the Great Place to Work. On behalf of all of you, on behalf of the State Forum of Bankers, I extend a very, very hearty welcome to. During my childhood, Muthoot was a household name. It was synonymous with gold loans, in the especially in the most of the parts of the central Travancore in the 60s. Today, Muthoot Finance is one of the leading corporates in India in the NBFC sector, having its presence in the length and through the length and breadth of the country. It has a employee strength of 26,000. Its managing director, Sri George, managing director and CEO, Sri George Alexander, is a brilliant chartered accountant who has played a pivotal role in building up this company as a listed company to this stature with a business size of 50,000 crores and an estimated profit of 4,000 crores during this year. So they had, because I am making an estimate because they had already made 3,000 crores last year. Due to the personal tragedy in the family and related religious rites at the Koranjeri, Sri George Alexander has expressed his helplessness to attend this function. He has deputed the Chief General Manager of Muthoot Finance, Sri Bijumon, to attend this function and to accept the award. I extend a very hearty welcome to Sri Bijumon. We have in our midst Sri J.K. Shivan, MD and CEO, Dhanalakshmi Bank. Shivan has recently taken over the reins of Dhanalakshmi Bank after a very successful career in State Bank of India. I wish him all the best and I welcome Sri Shivan into our midst. We have with us Mr. Mridendra Das, CGM, State Bank of India, Kerala Circle. State Bank of India has a network of 1,600 branches in Kerala, and it has got a huge network of, it has got a around 22,000 crores of, 22,000 crores, 22,000 branches in India, yes, 22,000 branches in India, and it has got around 1,251 branches in Kerala. It has got even in Kerala, it has got 35% share of the market in the deposits, and it is one of the, after the merger of State Bank of Travancore, it is a giant not only in India but also in Kerala. I personally welcome Sri Das for his presence here in this function. See, Balachandran, CGM NABARD, had expressed his inability to come, and Mr. Jayaprakash of Kerala Gramin Bank is with us with his presence. Sri Sidambarathan, Vice President, Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank, Vice President Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank, has also graced the function with his presence. I extend a very hearty welcome to all of them. I personally welcome our vibrant President Joseph Joseph, and also our dynamic Secretary Mr. K.U. Balakrishnan, who is the live wire of the State Forum of Bankers for more than a decade. I extend a very hearty welcome to all the fellow bankers, members of the State Forum who are with us today, and thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Sri Joseph Joseph, President, State Forum of Bankers Clubs, for the presidential address.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. Dignitaries on the dais, Sri Shyam Srinivasan, MD and CEO of Federal Bank, Sri J.K. Shivan, MD and CEO of Dhanlakshmi Bank, Sri Murgendra Lal Das, Chief General Manager and Head of Kerala Circle of State Bank of India, Sri Abraham Tarian, Chief Patron, State Forum of Bankers Club Kerala, Sri K.U. Balakrishnan, General Secretary, State Forum of Bankers Clubs Kerala, Senior Executives of various banks and other fellow bankers. The year to the rich and the poor and people of all sorts of work and age. It has actually crippled the life of many of us, and a lot of people have lost their lives. Many are under medication. So a lot of trauma had happened and people are passing through that. And the State Forum of Bankers Clubs Kerala, which used to organize this function in December every year, we were forced to postpone it to March, and thank God we could materialize it today. Though there were many odds. And I thank each and every member of the various committees and our vibrant secretary and chief patron for their support, because of which we could have this meeting happen today. Despite the difficulties, we could conduct virtual meeting most of the areas, and on selective basis we had a physical meeting also. So the activities of the club, at least in the last quarter of 2020, were more vibrant and active as but the first 9 months we closed, because we used to do a lot of activities, especially our lecture on banking and other activities and physical activities like our sports club, cricket, all those things we could not do. But hope in 2021 we should be able to, at least in the second half of 2021, we will be able to do those things. And one of our members, Sri Gregory Paul, he made a wonderful achievement during 2020, which I would like to highlight in this August forum and appreciate him. Post-retirement from State Bank of India, he did his PhD, doctorate in digital banking and customer delight from the University of Kerala Management Division, and he has been recently conferred the doctoral on him. I congratulate Dr. Gregory Paul on this. Please give a big applause to him. It's a great achievement for our forum. Gregory is there. He is sitting in the last. Gregory, congratulations. I take this opportunity to congratulate all the awardees and winners. I congratulate Mr. Shyam Srinivasan, and I had the good opportunity. Yeah, this is Dr. Gregory Paul. It is a wonderful achievement he has done. And he has taken the latest subject, the digital banking and customer delight on this. Thank you, Gregory. All the best. I had the good fortune and opportunity to work with Shyam for 8+ years. And I have seen personally his determination, his way of functioning, and his passion for digital data analytics and business numbers. And as Mr. Tarian had mentioned, honesty, integrity, transparency has been the force which has been guiding all of us, and he has excelled in every parameter of banking. And recently, the Business Standard has conferred the Best Banker of 2020, and when the jury was formed, because this is the first award the State Forum of Bankers Clubs Kerala has constituted, and when the jury consisting of Sri George Joseph, former CMD of Syndicate Bank, Mr. M.E. Nair, former CMD of Union Bank, Sri K.P. Padmakumar, former CMD of Federal Bank, and Mr. Satyanarayanan, senior partner of reputed audit firm Varma and Varma. All the bank's numbers were analyzed, and they went through all the details, and finally the awardee was selected, and none other than Shyam Srinivasan. Because that is a reward to the dedication, hard work, sincerity, integrity, rigor, intensity. You can add any number of adjectives for that. Shyam, our hearty congratulations. For every successful man, there is a woman, and I am sure his wife, Maya Shyam, also deserves a great appreciation for his achievement. Shyam, please convey our congratulations and wishes to Maya also on our behalf. And Muthoot Group, you know, the growth of the Muthoot Group has been phenomenal. Had there been not that unfortunate tragedy had not happened, Mr. George Alexander himself would have been here. In his absence, I take this opportunity to congratulate him also. I congratulate all the other individual winners and other banks. Let us hope for a better 2021 and look forward to more activities as better than 2019 we used to do. And the time is very limited. Let us all plunge into more action. Especially the March closing, every bank, every branch manager, every employee will be very busy on that. And best wishes for a good financial ending. I remain. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And now I invite Dr. Kurina Abraham, Executive Chairman, to introduce the best banker of the banking industry for the year 2020.
President of the SFBCK, Shri Joseph, Mr. Shyam Srinivasan, MD and CEO of Federal Bank, Shri Abraham Tarian, Chief Patron, SFBCK, Mr. K.U. Balakrishnan, General Secretary, SFBCK, Mr. Birgendra Lal Das, CGM, State Bank of India, Shri J.K. Shivan, MD and CEO, Dhanalakshmi Bank, distinguished bankers, senior bankers of the dais, ladies and gentlemen. We have just seen the Honorable Governor conferring the Best Banker Award on Shri Shyam Srinivasan. Already much has been spoken about Shri Shyam Srinivasan. All the same, since it is my privilege, I wish to take the privilege of and pleasure to introduce the SFBCK Best Banker of the Year 2020 to this august audience. It was on 23rd of September 2010 when this tall and lanky young gentleman walked into the corner office room of Federal Bank. He carried with him 20 years of rich experience in retail, wealth management, SME banking, and not from one segment but from multiple banks in India, in the Middle East, and also Southeast Asia. As Mr. Tarian had mentioned, he is a graduate of the Regional Engineering College, Tiruchirappalli. He is also an alumnus of IIM, that is Indian Institute of Management, Kolkata. Well, ever since he joined, there has been no turning back, and he continues to be the MD and CEO even now, after 11 long years. An administrator of national eminence, he held key positions in the industry such as member managing committee of IBA, Indian Banks Association, alternate chairman, Committee of Risk Management and Basel Implementation, and also alternate chairman of Agro Business and MSME, both of Indian Banks Association. He was the member Financial Sector Legislative Reforms Committee set up by RBI. He was also the chairman of the Kerala State Council of Confederation of Indian Industries. Mr. Shyam Srinivasan is no stranger to awards. He has received several of them. For example, the Exemplary Leadership Award instituted by the Rotary Club. He was awarded the Rashtriya Udyog Ratna by NEHRDO, the Greatest Corporate Leaders of India Award by the World HRD Congress. And very recently, you must have all seen in the newspapers, the Business Standard conferred the same, the Banker of the Year 2020. Federal Bank today is visible at the national level, reinventing and re-employing processes with emphasis on the customer, focus in quality and implementation of the TQM, and creating culture of ethics and excellence in the bank where is forte. Federal Bank, we hear, you must have seen again in the newspapers that recently, that they are foraying into the credit card segment actually. Being a South-based bank, I think it needs a lot of courage to think of such new initiatives. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the dynamic, the creative, the strategic thinker, and the visionary leader, Shri Shyam Srinivasan, MD and CEO of Hotel Bank, for the SFBCK Best Banker of the Year Award 2020. Congratulations, sir. I think we will be looking forward to many more laurels coming to you in the coming days. All the best and thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Sri Shyam Srinivasan to say a few words. Sir, I also request to give away 2 awards after your speech.
Sure. Firstly, thank you very much, and I don't know where to begin, but this is such an honor, and let me just begin with my friends and colleagues here in the dais, and then of course the entire audience. Firstly, thank you for being here. Right? This is not normal times for all of you to make the effort to come here on a Saturday evening in the midst of so many things, and importantly around COVID. It's such an honor. Thank you so much. And to all my friends, many of them are colleagues, one time or the other. I think they probably were being very nice to me to choose me as the awardee. Thank you very much. Right? I think this is extremely challenging period. All of us know that. I'm not going to repeat all that we've experienced. Right? Everybody here. This is one thing that it's not been for the rich or the famous, or the poor or the underprivileged. All of us universally have faced probably months in one form or the other. But the fact that we are all here and celebrating an event speaks volumes for human resilience. And I think the fact that we are all able to come here assembled, look back with some degree of confidence that we can face the future more emphatically, speaks to how we are all as people able to resolve challenges. As I sort of look back my time in our bank, and it is such a situation that I have to say thank you to SFBCK for considering me and the bank worthy of the honor. And I always wonder, what is the secret sauce that Mr. Balakrishnan takes? When I joined in 2010, almost the first phone call I would have received was from him, right? Because every December, before the calendar turns December 1st, I get a call from him. Because he says, sir, give your article for the submission for the souvenir. So I think for 10 years I've been writing, and I was wondering one day you'll give me an award. Actually, thank you, give me the award. Mr. Tarian, thank you so much. Of course, my colleague Joseph, I don't know how much to thank you. But let me just look at the year ahead and the period ahead. About 2-3 days ago, I was in a program for RBI, and it was about HR. And the questions to me were, speak about banking in COVID times and banking as we sort of look ahead. To my mind, I think we should now get out of this COVID mindset, but take a lot of learnings, because COVID was one crisis. Who knows? There could be another one around the corner. So all of us have to all the time be the learners to deal with this. 2-3 things that strike us, right? Digital has democratized the world. It doesn't matter where we are standing, where we are. We could be addressing a bunch of people sitting anywhere in the world, and all that technology has done in this period has taught us that the world has become terribly flat. So that's lesson 1. The second and more important is, when people ask me, and I to be honest, I get terribly irritated when somebody calls Federal Bank as old generation private sector bank. I hate that term, right? And I'm being candid. And I'm sure Dhanlakshmi should, and South Indian should, and CSB should. I think that era is long gone. Old is just a chronological terminology. I can see a very elderly gentleman sitting here. I'm sure he is more technology aware than many of us are, right? I think the is old, young, all these things have lost its relevance, but somehow people tag it. So I would say, I keep telling people, PIN codes don't matter, zip codes do. Now when people ask me, Shyam, you are a Kerala headquartered bank, so what? It doesn't matter to me. My thinking is as national as somebody sitting in Mumbai with PIN code 4001, I'm sitting in 683010, it doesn't matter. It's the thought process that matters. So I always argue, PIN codes don't matter, zip codes do. And zip I mean the zeal, the insight and the people. And I'll just focus on only one thing this evening, on people. Today if I've been bestowed this honor, Federal Bank is spoken of in good light, it's just not me. It's 12,000 plus people, not just now, for years and hopefully for many more years. And the story is all about people, and the story will remain about people, technology or otherwise, and that's why our mantra is digital at the fore, human at the core. And I keep this as a sort of a byline for the bank. Yes, we must be as digital as it required. We must serve everything that today's technology allows, but at the heart of it is people. In fact, I argue the future of digital is human. Most of us think the future of human is digital. I argue the other way. The future of digital is human. And to my mind, all institutions finally are people. And it's the coming together of people, the staying together of people, the co-creation by people that makes the massive difference. And if there's one thing that I take terrible pride, great pride, is the fact that the bank is blessed with a large number of people who have been hugely committed to the task. Of course we have differences, it's never all on the same page, but the fact is the calling is consistent, the desire is constant, and even more importantly, the aspiration to build the best. And I keep saying we are here to build a magnificent castle, and that's the journey of our bank. And we have to build that magnificent castle. Sometimes we see the castle, then a fog forms, then you have to unfog it and start building the castle all over again. But the journey is fascinating, the opportunity is huge, and on behalf of everybody in the bank and on my personal behalf, and thanks for reminding that I have to go and tell Maya that Jose remembered her. So thank you very much, and it's an honor and a privilege, and of course on the entire bank, let me thank everybody and certainly compliment all for the great work done through what is arguably the toughest time that many of us have faced in a long, long time. And I'm quite sure we can stand here same time next year or later this calendar year, look back of how quickly and how well we bounced out of this problem, and hopefully the next time is in a larger, much more face-to-face engagement. Thank you very much and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So I request you to give away 2 awards. Next award is the second best private sector bank, and the award goes to Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank. I request the representative to kindly receive the award from Shyam Srinivasan. Second best private sector bank, Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank. Next is the second best new generation bank, and the award goes to IndusInd Bank. Second best new generation bank, and the award goes to IndusInd Bank. I request the representative to kindly receive the award on behalf of IndusInd Bank. Second best new generation bank, and the award goes to IndusInd. Thank you, sir. Now I request Sri Mrugendra Lal, CGM SBI Trivandrum, to kindly offer his felicitation.
The galaxy of bankers, their family members, the media colleagues, and all friends present here. At the outset, I place on record our sincere appreciation to State Forum of Bankers Club Kerala for organizing this event. Who says bankers are very insipid, doesn't laugh, doesn't smile. You see the crowd here and you will know that it's all a smiling faces present here. We all look forward to this ceremony so that we can meet our old friends and colleagues and all the fellow bankers. I congratulate Mr. Shyam Srinivasan for getting the award for the best bank in the country. In fact, I'm thankful to State Forum Bankers Club for awarding us the most digitally advanced bank award. As you know that we have launched that YONO app. You only need one. That is, in one app you can do all the banking transactions, right from transfer of funds, investing in mutual fund, insurance, to booking tickets in railways, aircrafts, all other things. A lot of cloning were happening at the ATMs. So we came out with YONO Cash, whereby you don't need to swipe your cards at the ATM machines. So simply generate 2 passwords from there, you can use that password and do all the ATM transactions without swiping your card. So that is the way towards a safe banking which we are promoting as of now. And this YONO is an facilitating architecture. So right now we are planning that all these lending platforms like car loan, home loan, SME loan, SME business loan, everything we are transferring to the YONO platform, and it's going to be very, very ease of doing banking for our customers' experience. I dedicate this award to all the fellow bankers present here, and I'm sure that this award will motivate all the bankers to go forward for more detailed learning. Thank you so much. Danny, namaste.
Thank you, sir. I request you to kindly give away the following awards. Next category is the best branch in public sector, and it is shared by Bank of Baroda Ernakulam branch and Indian Bank Ernakulam branch. The best branch in old private sector bank, and it is shared by South Indian Bank Melmuri Palakkad and City Union Bank Edapalli. South Indian Bank Melmuri and City Union Bank Edapalli. Next is the best branch in new generation private sector, and the award goes to HDFC Bank main branch and Thank you, sir. Now, I invite Sri K.U. Balakrishnan, Secretary, State Forum of Bankers Clubs, Kerala, to present the report.
Sri Joseph Joseph, President, State Forum of Bankers Clubs, Kerala. Sri Shyam Srinivasan, MD and CEO, Federal Bank. Sri Das, Mrigendra Lal Das. No, I know him personally. I know him personally. No. Sri Mrigendra Lal Das, CGM, State Bank of India, MD and CEO, Dhanlakshmi Bank Limited. fellow bankers, family members, other dignitaries on and off the dais, media friends. The State Forum of Bankers Clubs Kerala, the apex body of Bankers Club functioning at various centers of the state, is a registered trust with a noble vision and great ideas. The forum has entered its 15th successful year of operation. That is, it is started in the year 2006. I share with immense pride that our collective efforts have made a positive impact in the lives of the banking fraternity in the state on various ways. The role has progressively grown from being just an apex body to coordinate the activities of the bankers clubs in Kerala to a facilitator and enabler for driving positive change in the life of the bankers and other allied public in the state. Though the SFBCK Banking Excellence Award have consecutive 2-year history, that is from 2009, we have started this SFBCK Banking Excellence Award, and in those period, the Sri Dr. B.R. Shetty was the Businessman of the Year, and 2010, M.A. Yusuf Ali was the Best Businessman of the Year, and so on. It has gone. 12 years history, this is the first time we are forced to conduct the function under a restricted environment with the social distancing norms in force. The pandemic is certainly the crisis of the country, significantly impacting macroeconomic growth the world over adversely. The Indian economy is no exception, growth having slowed to the lowest ever in a decade. The rulers and regulators have done their best to provide possible economic relief. It is a matter of great satisfaction that bankers in the state could rise to the occasion and adopt a proactive role during these difficult days to mitigate the difficulties of the public at large. SFBCK was at the forefront to educate the bankers and general public on the course of action to weather the current storm. Scientists world over deserve appreciation and praise for bringing out a vaccine in record time, which will hopefully enable us to return to the good old days of social and cultural togetherness and growth. So, Bankers Club, in its growth path, we are moving ahead. I wish all of you to be with us and join this club. And build our building project also coming up. So I once again request all of you liberally contribute in our building fund. We should have our own building in Ernakulam. So help us in all possible manner, please. Another remaining few awards also to be announced. Madam, any awards to be announced? Second best branch, Punjab National Bank Award announced? No.
No, sir. No.
Can I announce that now?
Even without your announcement, we will give.
Second best branch at the national state at the Kerala State, Punjab National Bank, Palace Road, Trichur branch, shared by State Bank of India, Ayavana branch. So please, and then the third best branch, Kerala Gramin Bank, Mattam branch, shared by Canara Bank, High Court Road, Ernakulam branch. Then best performed bank branches in Kerala under private sector banks. Not old, private sector banks. First is South Indian Bank Limited, Melmuri, that already given, I think so. and shared by City Union Bank. That already given, I think so. So, second best branch, Federal Bank Limited, Kadappa Kada Kollam branch, shared by Karnataka Bank Aluva branch. Third best branch, Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank Tiruppuram branch, shared by Karur Vaishya Bank Limited, Palarivattam. New Generation Bank, second best branch, Kotak Mahindra branch, Kochi. Third best branch, Axis Bank Limited, Rani branch, shared by ICICI Bank, Trichur branch. Best performed bankers clubs in Kerala. Congratulations to Aluva Club, Bankers Club Aluva. First. Second is Bankers Club Alappuzha, shared by Bankers Club Kozhikode. Third is Bankers Club Vatakara, shared by Bankers Club Angamali and Bankers Club Greater Kochi, the club which I am a member. So, with this, the declaration is over. Wishing all the best to the award winners, and let us hope that they will come out with more flying colors in the coming years. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Sri George Joseph, former MD Syndicate Bank and Patron State Forum, and member jury to introduce the Businessman of the Year, Sri George Alexander Muthoot.
Dignitaries on the dais, my friends from the banking fraternity, invitees, ladies and gentlemen. With a profound grief and sad sorrow, I am here to introduce Mr. George Alexander Muthoot in absentia. You are aware that the elder Muthoot, Mr. N. George Muthoot, passed away on 5th of March, and the entire family, Muthoot family, is in a state of shock. And they are all in Kolonjeri today for the family prayer, and no member of the family would miss it. So with deep regret, Mr. George Alexander Muthoot mentioned that he will not be able to come and attend the program today and receive the award. And as already Mr. Bijumohan, who is the senior general manager, chief general manager of the company, who is with the company for the past 25 years, he has come and received the award on behalf of Mr. George Alexander. Before I get into the introduction of Mr. George Alexander Muthoot, I start with a quotation quote by Mr. N. George Muthoot, who passed away recently, the chairman of the company. The history of the family business world over has shown that these unique institutions mostly fail or fragment with the third generation. I repeat, the history of family business world over has shown that these unique institutions mostly fail or fragment with the third generation. It is a matter of pride for all of us that Muthoot family has uninterrupted history that dates back to more than 800 years from the geographical location of Kolonjeri in central Kerala. That is perhaps singular distinction among the family members in India and across the world. This is the word of the late Mr. George Muthoot, who passed away on 5th. The present stature of the company, consolidated loan assets of 55,000 crores, annual profit of more than 3,000, somebody mentioned is going to be 4,000 next year, I don't know. Consolidated net worth of more than 14,500 crores, branch network consolidated 5,500, workforce more than 30,000 including the group consolidated, and over 2 lakhs customers served in a day. These are all rich tributes which the Muthoot family could give to the late M. George Muthoot, who was the managing director of the company from to 1973, and thereafter 1979, thereafter became the chairman of the company in 1993, I believe. Yeah. Now I'll come to the profile of Mr. George Alexander Muthoot. Mr. George Alexander Muthoot is a homegrown person, born in Kolancheri, studied in Tangasheri, and had his college education in Kolancheri, and did his CA articleship in Alapi. He never went out of Kerala during his studies. Yet, he became the 20th rank holder of CA, All India, Indian Institute of Chartered Accountants. He was first rank holder in BCom, and first among the CA, those who got CA in that particular year, I believe it is, he completed his CA at the age of 23, all in first attempt. He joined the company immediately thereafter the education, and currently the MD of Muthoot Finance Limited and Muthoot Vehicle and Asset Finance Company. He is also directors of many other companies. He has received several awards and accolades, some of them being Chartered Accountant Business Achiever Award 2013 under the Financial Services Sector from Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Business Excellent Award from ICICI Prudential Life Insurance Company, Reliance Life Insurance Company, also recipient of Dhanam Businessman of the Year 2012 and Times of India Group Business Excellence Award 2009. He was the chairman of the Kerala Non-Banking Finance Companies Association, in which all major NBFCs functioning in Kerala are members. He is currently the president of the Association of Gold Loan Companies in India. He was invited by many IIMs and also Columbian University for guest lecture. He is one among the chartered members of Thai International Cochin chapter and presently the member of the core committee of the association. Presently the managing committee member of the Finance Companies Association, Chennai. He is a member of the managing committee of Kerala Non-Banking Finance Companies Welfare Association, and he has also been designated as the vice chairman of Kerala Non-Banking Finance Companies Welfare Association. He is one among the elected state council members of CIA Kerala. He is also an active member of Kerala Management Association, Rotary International and Cochin Yacht Club. Before I conclude, I would mention certain traits of Mr. George Alexander Muthoot which make him different from others. Number one is philanthropy. In fact, I should tell you, friends, the group, even before the mandatory CSR came into force, right from 1993, they have formally made the Muthoot Foundation for taking care of the education, healthcare, and the natural disaster, including COVID. I think in the past couple of years, they have spent about more than 100 crores on CSR. Then, coming next is he is instrumental in bringing, I mentioned to you the quote from the George Alexander, M. George Muthoot, that family businesses perish by third generation. But in Muthoot, this is the 16th generation which is successfully holding the family, holding the business, and the bonding by Mr. George Alexander Muthoot is one of the reasons holding all the members together, including grooming the subordinates, grooming the next generation. Then using extensively the technology in gold loan business and including risk management and architecture. So on the Bankers, State Forum Bankers Club, I congratulate Mr. George Alexander Muthoot in this occasion in receiving the award in absentia. I also thank Mr. Bijumon for taking the award. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Sri Bijimon, CGM Muthoot, to say a few words.
The dignitaries on the dais, and especially the excellent banker, Shyam Srinivasan sir, and other dignitaries of the dais, and George Joseph sir, who was the CMD of Syndicate Bank. In fact, as sir said, unfortunately our MD could not come today because his elder brother, MG George Muthoot, passed away, and because of that function. So our apology for not being here at such a august gathering, MD not being here. First of all, our apology for that. Second, the Bankers Forum recognizing a non-banker as the businessman of this year. Again, our sincere thanks for this. As the other speakers said, we have recognized value in Shyam Srinivasan sir. That's why we gave the award to him. Like that, values only has grown Muthoot to this level. Just like Shyam sir's quality, we said integrity, honesty or openness. There are 7 fundamental values for Muthoot also. On that values only, the empire of Muthoot is built. It is actually ethics, values, reliability, dependability, integrity, goodwill. These 7 fundamental values on which the family is built. Every member of the family is supposed to be acting in any business started by the family is within the framework of these 7 values. And Muthoot is an example to prove that values can create value. The second value is actually shareholder value, as the other 50,000 crores, etc. But today, Muthoot Finance has got a 52,000 crores shareholder value. This is one of the biggest company from South India. Of course, that has made the family, the man who passed away, the 26th richest person in India. That's the reason. But an ordinary business finally taken to across India, delivered value, and finally created value out of that. Of course, all bankers would think that, okay, how can a non-banker, of course this business, the gold loan business is done by all bankers today. How can a non-banker be a giant in this? How can a non-banker create such a thing? Of course, the answer is what George Joseph has said. It is actually the values first, as well as the knowledge that trust is money. Muthoot is trusted by the millions in India. Today, we are the most trusted financial services brand in this country for the last 7 years consecutively. And the surveys says that it is. And the family and the MG George Muthoot and chairman and our MD George Alexander Muthoot very well know that trust is money, and value delivered correctly can create value. That's what has happened. Of course, unlike as George Joseph has said, professional, it's not a family organization, it's truly a professional organization. You have seen the profile of MD, who is a rank holder and a chartered accountant, and the chairman who passed away. He is also an engineer. Every family member is thorough professional, and professionalism plus family business, that has really turned into a big magic. Of course, they were able to take it out also. So that's why. Actually, the MG George Muthoot, he was not a scholar, etc., but he also used to say a small Sanskrit slogan, just like our governor said it. Governor said a Sanskrit slogan. It's like that. The beginning, when I joined 25 years back in this company, at that time itself he used to say, there is a small slogan, Amulyam Bhavatu. What is it? The value of an article will go invaluable when it is delivered in time, delivered at the correct pramanana, correct measure, and with service. Actually, this was the foundation, and we have been taught. Of course, at that time we used to take all the bankers when they do the business in the bank. Many of them were not able to give a gold loan, etc. When they come on the other side, on the non-banker side, definitely they were able to do well in the gold loan business. That is because maybe we were forcing the staff, not forcing, actually telling that this is the principle on which you have to work. You have to give it timely, you have to maybe give it with a heart and with a prayer. Of course, we do give the money with the right hand, with a prayer that this should this should finally flourish. The purpose should be served. Of course, we check also when he comes back, sir, did the purpose serve for which the loan is taken? That kind of a service has been introduced. An ordinary product might really converted into a valuable product. That made an invaluable service to the community, and that's why they are willing to pay maybe 4%, 5% extra for that invaluable service. That is the way this was built, and it's of course the family is at the professional level. They are guiding it, but all professionals. We are 30,000 people are there, and that's how it is. Thank you once again for recognizing our MD George Alexander Muthoot at this occasion for the Bankers Forum, as well as the jury who has selected our MD George Alexander Muthoot at this occasion. I also again pay our homage to MD George Muthoot, who passed away, who was the visionary. Actually, I would say that Chairman MD George, who was the vision. He says he sees 10 years ahead. MD as an execution. This was moving parallelly, and that has finally created this empire. Okay. Thank you once again to all the team for selecting us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Sri J.K. Shivan, MD and CEO, Dhanlakshmi Bank, to present the award. Next category is second best branch in public sector, and are shared by Punjab National Bank, Palace Road, Thrissur, and State Bank of India, Ayavana. Second best branch in public sector and are shared by Punjab National Bank, Palace Road, Thrissur, and State Bank of India, Ayavana. I request the representative to kindly receive the award. Second best branch in public sector. Branch in old private sector bank and are shared by Federal Bank, Kadapakada, Kollam, and Karnataka Bank, Alua.
Thank you.
Second best branch in private sector and are shared by Federal Bank, Kadapakada, Kollam, and Karnataka Bank, Alua. Federal Bank, Kadapakada. Next is second best branch in new generation private sector and goes to Kotak Mahindra Bank, Kochi. Kotak Mahindra Bank, Kochi. Now I invite Sri J.K. Shivan, MD and CEO, Dhanlakshmi Bank, for the felicitation.
That Mr. Shyam Srinivasan will also be on the stage, but I think he had to leave. It's okay. Who doesn't know Mr. Shyam Srinivasan? I was just about to tell him, like, you know, the only time people like us in Mumbai get to see him was like when he comes on the CNBC channel. And Lata Venkatesh will be talking to Shyam Srinivasan. You wouldn't believe. 2 minutes, Lata will be questioning. By the third minute, it becomes a banter. It becomes like a, it's like an exchange of ideas and all. That is the integrity, and the self-worth and the self-belief that has in Mr. Srinivasan, who has steered the bank, Federal Bank, for 10 years. I think much richly deserved award. So it was a pleasure, hearing him also talk on the stage. It's a lesson for all of us as we go forward. Before I just start, I just wanted to say something. This is the age of pre-approved credit, pre-approved loans, pre-approved, everything you get pre-approved. And I stand before you as a pre-approved MD of a bank. The first time that shareholders had to approve an MD. And all my life I've been looking from top to down. And then now it's the first time I get a chance to go from down to up and see how the financial world is. It's a great opportunity for us in Dhanlakshmi Bank. We hope to take it forward. I get calls, I get advice. Every other day I get advice from how to deal with things. There are 3-4 models which I've seen working very well. First, of course, is the market leader, which quarter on quarter always gives excellent results and always betters the results of the previous quarter. And all of us are waiting to hope that this trend will be broken, but this trend has never been broken. But a lot of people from that organization have started joining other banks, so maybe other banks also will take heart and then grow like that. Then I have my good friend Mrigendra is there. It is the Juggernaut model, like Third Reich. Okay, you come and then nothing grows. With State Bank enters, nobody gets a chance. Okay, but then the pie is so big, only that area where State Bank grows, nothing grows. So others on the sides we can grow. So that is the Juggernaut model which I call. Okay, the third is the Trailblazer model, which I wanted to talk about. The Trailblazer model is normally it's with a lot of capital. Somebody puts in a lot of capital. So the CEO who comes, he can have his vision of things. That is what he thinks is best. We have had a lot of such cases in India. Some have succeeded, some have miserably failed. And on the fourth side, I found what Mr. Shyam Srinivasan he had epitomized. It is the sustainability model, where you first recognize your resources. You start recognize your resources, be it human, be it core strength. You start recognizing it. Try to develop it. Don't deride anybody down. Because I have never heard a federal banker so far saying a bad word about Shyam Srinivasan. Whereas it is every other banker you go, they'll have some choice words for their MD. So this is the first time every federal bank, I have few federal bank people who have joined in Dhanlakshmi Bank, and they are in awe of Mr. Srinivasan. So probably he has done something really good. That's a model all of us should try to emulate. And let us see as we go forward whether we can take things forward. And today in the award ceremony, I was just looking at all the awards being given. Of course, my bank did not figure. So I was just trying to figure out where I can fit in the next year when they give an award. So next year we'll be there. Thank you so much. Thanks for calling me, and thanks to the organizers. Great evening. Have a great day. In September, I had my son's reception here in this same hall. It was so, fearful. And I thought till the last minute I may have to drop it. Because TDM Hall had said no. Then I came here and Taj conducted it so well with all, the decorum that deserves and all the safety measures that were there. So a special thanks to Taj for that. And I think we should, the economy will again open up. The pandemic will be a past history. Things will get better. The pie is becoming bigger. The budget, union budget says that the pie is becoming bigger. There will be a share for all of us. If we work hard diligently, encourage our fellow officials and fellow people who work with us, all the stakeholders, I think there will be a great day for all of us. Thank you so much. Thanks to the Bankers Forum for inviting me. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Sri T.J. Raphael, CGM South Indian Bank, to present the award. So the category is the next Best Public Sector Bank, and the award goes to Bank of Baroda. The next Best Public Sector Bank, and the award goes to Bank of Baroda. Next best old private sector bank, and the award goes to RBL Bank. Next best old private sector bank, and the award goes to RBL Bank. I request RBL representative to kindly receive the award. Next best new generation private sector bank, and the award goes to Kotak Mahindra Bank. I request the representative of Kotak Mahindra Bank to kindly receive the award. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. Kotak Mahindra Bank receiving the award. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. Now I request Sri Govind Harinarayanan, General Manager, Kerala Grameen Bank, for the felicitation.
Honorable Governor of Mizoram, Sridharan Pillai sir, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, my banking colleagues and ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all of you. It's a pleasure that we were invited here, and we are very proud that we have got the State Bankers Club has given us the Rural Upliftment Award. With a bank with 94.5% priority lending and 95% CD ratio, I think this is the only forum where we get appreciated, because in all other forums we get a beating for such a high ratio regarding the priority sector as well as the CD ratio, because the average CD ratio of state Kerala is around 66%, 76%, whereas we have as high as 94.5%. Really thankful for the award State Forum, because we feel, I certainly feel that these banks like rural banks also require certain recognition as well as have to be appreciated for the work which they do. We are called the Kerala's own bank because one out of every 4 Keralites is a customer of Kerala Grameen Bank. 634 branches. We have a high network of branches, and maybe State Bank of India, or after the merger of Syndicate Bank and the Canara Bank, they will be ahead of us. But certainly, sir, at one particular time we were much ahead of State Bank of India also as regarding the branch network is concerned. So I once again thank the State Forum of Bankers Club for appreciating our efforts for regarding the rural upliftment. And my Srinivasan sir is not there, otherwise I would on my personal behalf as well as on the behalf of the KGB wanted to appreciate the award which has been received by Srinivasan sir as well as the Muthoot, because these are the 2 bankers which give a lot of headache for us during the reviews, because in every review we are asked to emulate the deeds which has been done by Federal Bank as far as NRI deposits are concerned, and Muthoot with regard to the gold loan which is concerned. And I am very sure that our chairman, tomorrow when we meet him, is going to ask us what is the success of these 2 banks regarding NRI development, NRI funds as well as the gold loan business. So thank you for the award, and I hope and I wish that all our banking colleagues be safe. This is a tough period for us, and be safe in this, and be safe yourself as well as your family. So thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, and I request to give the following awards, sir. I request you to give away the awards. Next category is the 3rd best branch in public sector and are shared by Kerala Grameen Bank Mattam and Canara Bank High Court, Ernakulam. Third, Best Branch in Public Sector and are shared by Kerala Grameen Bank Mattam and Canara Bank High Court, Ernakulam. I request the representatives to kindly receive the award. Next is the third best branch in Old Private Sector Bank and are shared by Mercantile Bank Thirupuram and Karur Vaishya Bank Palarivattam. Third best branch in Old Private Sector Bank and are shared by Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank Thirupuram and Karur Vaishya Bank Palarivattam. Is the third best branch in New Generation Private Sector and are shared by Axis Bank Rani and ICICI Bank Thrissur. I request the representatives to kindly receive the award. Third best branch in New Generation Private Sector Bank and are shared by Axis Bank Rani and ICICI Bank Thrissur. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. Now I invite Sri Venkateshan. Now I request Sri Mrigendra Lal Das to give the following awards. Best Bankers Club. Sri Mrigendra Lal Das, CGM State Bank of India, to give away the following awards. Best Bankers Club. Best Bankers Club is Bankers Club Alua. I request Alua team to kindly receive the award. Best Bankers Club. Alua receiving the award. Second best Bankers Club, and the award goes to Bankers Club Alapi and Kozhikode. I request the respective teams to kindly receive the award. Second best Bankers Club is Bankers Club Alapi and Kozhikode. I request the respective teams to kindly receive the award. Next is the third best Bankers Club, and the award goes to Bankers Club of Greater Cochin and Bankers Club Vadagara. Sorry, and the third is shared among 3 Bankers Club. Bankers Club Vadagara, Angamali and Greater Kochi. Third best Bankers Club in Kerala and is shared by Bankers Club Vadagara, Angamali and Greater Kochi. Now I request Sri A. Chidambaranathan, Vice President, Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank, for the felicitation. I request Bankers Club Angamali to receive the award. Bankers Club Angamali. I request Bankers Club Greater Kochi to kindly receive the award. Bankers Club Greater Cochin to kindly receive the award. I request Bankers Club Greater Cochin to kindly receive the award. Thank you, sirs, for doing the honors. Thank you, sirs, for doing the honors. Now I invite Sri A. Chidambaranathan, VP Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank, for the felicitation.
A warm good evening to one and all. Dignitaries and fellow bankers, ladies and gentlemen. Practically, none of us would have thought that we would be passing through the last 12 months. No one in its imagination would have thought that we'll be passing through such difficult times. Apart from the medical professionals and paramedical forces, it was we bankers who were forefront of the fight against COVID. There were no occasions when we were asked to shut down, and we were categorized under essential services, and we had to perform the duties which the government had bestowed upon us. And at least thankful today we are gathered here to celebrate an event post the pandemic. And my heartfelt thanks to the State Forum of Bankers Club of Kerala for organizing such an event. And I'm much more thankful to the organizers and the jury for choosing our bank as the second best bank in the private sector category. On behalf of the management, the board of directors, and the dedicated staff of our bank, I thank the organizers for such an award and for inviting us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Sri Jolly Sebastian, Executive Convener, Organizing Committee, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Respected President of the meeting, all the dignitaries and all my friends who are hearing me. It is proper from my side if I am doing a very big speech here, so I am not going to do that. But only one thing, for the last more than 2.5 hours we were sitting in this hall. Actually the program was really enlightening and it was really useful to the banking fraternity as such. That is my feeling. I think all of you may agree with my statement. And one thing I want to do before going to my duty entrusted on me, that is during everybody spoke about it, during the last 1 year. During the last 1 year, one of the neglected sectors in this country were bankers. Are you agreeing with me? When this pandemic was in a very severe condition, even risking the life of the employees, we people, we stand with the government, state government and central government, and we fight against the pandemic, and almost we are somewhat successful as of now. And I want to really congratulate all my fellow men, not only in Kerala, in a pan-India basis. All bankmen deserves a real applaud. And friends, before going to my duty, I want to tell you one thing. That is, when I was studying in the college, I asked one of my professors, when I got an opportunity to say this, propose this vote of thanks in a college function, then only thing he told me is that your vote of thanks should not become a keynote address. So this is not a keynote address. Already Mr. Jayagopal and Febina told me to say the vote of thanks in one word. So it is not possible in one word. So I will start with the chief guest. There is no words to express our gratitude to the Honorable Governor of Mizoram to attend this function in person by traveling more than 4.5 hours. On behalf of SFBC and on behalf of all my fellow men available here, and on behalf of the entire banking fraternity in Kerala, we thank the Honorable Governor, Mr. P.S. Sridharan Pillai. So the next person was the star of this day, the award winner, Shyam Srinivasan sir. Actually, he is heading a bank which doesn't need any introduction. More than 1,200 branches are there. More than 12,000 employees are there. They have come out with a very smart profits during the last several years. And the Federal Bank, no doubt, Federal Bank is the most deserving bank, and its MD and CEO is the most deserving person to be awarded as the best banker of 2020. And I really thank Shyam Srinivasan sir for his in-person attendance in this meeting, because Mr. Binoy told me he is attending a public meeting for the first time after the outburst of this pandemic. So a special thanks to Mr. Shyam Srinivasan for spending his time and for enlightening us with his beautiful words. Thank you very much, sir. And again, the honorable speakers of this function, I will just read out. A special thanks should go to those who are sitting on the dais. Respected J.K. Shivan sir, the MD and CEO of the
Dhanalakshmi Bank. As he rightly said, he is the pre-approved MD and CEO of Dhanalakshmi Bank. Sir, it is not only pre-approved, it will be a permanently approved CEO of Dhanalakshmi Bank. We want this Dhanalakshmi Bank to be in Kerala, and that bank should come up like other private sector banks, which are the cradle of Kerala, which is a cradle for bringing so many financial institutions. So Dhanalakshmi Bank, under your able leadership, we are sure it may come out with the flying colors. Thank you very much for your physical presence, sir. On behalf of SFBC and on my personal behalf, I am extending all the thanks and gratitude towards you, sir. Again, Mr. Mrigendra Lal Das, sir, CGM of SBI. He was an award winner also. And thank you very much, sir. We have seen his face so many times during our functions. Thank you very much to Mrigendra Das Lal Das, sir, also. Again, the other speaker, Mr. Chidambaran Nathan, the Vice President of Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank. Sir, on behalf of SFBCK, we extend our hearty gratitude towards you and your team. Thank you, sir. And before concluding, I want to say a few words about those who have worked behind these endeavors. And an event of such a dimension, it cannot happen without the efforts of the members. It cannot happen on an overnight proceedings also. You have seen the wheels for rolling from the very beginning. So I think from 3-4 months the people were behind this, and this function was a really marvelous and exemplary function. The persons behind this are definitely the high power committee of the SFBCK, that is starting with our chief patron Tarian sir, our President Joseph Joseph sir, and our beloved General Secretary K.U. Balakrishnan, and our jury member George Joseph sir, again our treasurer Mr. K. Surendran. All these people were behind this big endeavor in a very big way. I am extending our thanks to all the high power committee members of this meeting. And again, there are more than 100 people in the various committees. The time doesn't permit me to read out all the names personally. So I want to mention the names of our beloved committee chairman. That is, our souvenir was published here. Mr. C.P. Mohandas sir was instrumental behind this, along with Mr. Nandakumar. No doubt about that. Thanks, Mr. Mohandas sir and Mr. Nandakumar for your really marvelous work. And again, the other committee chairman, I am naming the committee solely. Our publicity chairman, Dr. Kurian. He had taken every pain. Now he is heading a non-banking banking finance corporation, and he is there in Tiruvalla only. The event managers, they have done a wonderful job, and all other persons who are behind the successful completion of this project. I want to say thank you very much once again. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. So we have missed out in the awards, and we have missed out Canara Bank High Court at Ernakulam. So we kindly accept our apologies for the same, and I request Sri Joseph, President.